All right, you guys. So I think many of us know gospel singer and pastor Marvin Sap found himself at the center of controversy this past week following a viral video from not just a regular church service, but actually a service that was the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World. It was their national convention that they host every summer. And in the footage that was shared, it shows Pastor Sapp instructing ushers to close the doors during an offering collection with the goal of possibly raising $40,000.
There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. We all gonna leave together. Y'all ain't going no place but to the restaurant.
Now, this whole situation has sparked all types of conversations, a lot of criticism. Some people have supported him. And to provide clarity and to share his perspective, he did appear on the Rickeys Smiley Morning Show yesterday. And during this interview, he addressed the backlash and explained some of the context of the viral moment. We know he also went online and made a post on his social media page about it. The Pentecostal Assemblies of the World, they also made a statement about what was happening. And, he says that he's received some threats against his life and also some backlash at his church. So let's take a listen to what he had to say.
Clarity to, a clip that, a whole lot of people have seen. Sadly, one of the things that has happened is, people have created a narrative that is absolutely not true. Number one, the narrative was created, excuse me, that I raised the money at my church, that I kept the people at my church hostage until I raised $40,000 for me. That's the narrative that has been shared, that I locked folks up at my church, that, I made them give $40,000 and I wouldn't allow them to leave until they gave it to me. And to be honest with you, that is absolutely false.
Yeah.
Number one, that offering was taken last year. This was a service that happened last August. Number two, it didn't happen at my local church. It actually happened at a national organization's international meeting where churches from all over the country, all over the world came together for the purpose of celebrating the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Now, Pastor Marvin Sap also stated that, people had an issue with the tone of his voice when he was telling the ushers to close the doors. He said, I can honestly say, looking at the video, that maybe he was a little more assertive than he should have been. And he says for that, he can apologize.
People took issue with me saying, shut the doors. Understand, I never said lock the doors.
Yeah.
I said, shut the doors. Shutting doors mean that people still have the ability to go in and out. They've taken issue with my tone. And I can honestly say, looking at the video, maybe I was a little more assertive than I should have been. And I can apologize for that. I can apologize for that. But three things I need to make sure that people understood. Number one, the $40,000, if it was $40,000 that was raised, was never given to me. That money was raised for the purpose of taking care of the budget for their conference, not Marvin Sap. Number two, it didn't happen at my church. It happened in Baltimore. Number three, people take issue with me being firm with the ushers. Anybody that goes to church, ushers one-on-one, that's the first thing they teach you as being an usher, is that there are 3 times you don't walk. You don't walk during the altar call. You don't walk during prayer. You don't walk during the offering. One of the reasons being is because of the sacredness of the moment. But it's also about security.
Now, as the conversation continued, Pastor Sapp revealed that the backlash has pretty much escalated to alarming levels, including threats, like I said, against his life, individuals coming to his church to cause disturbances. He says people have called the church and cussed him out, and that also He says he doesn't read the comments online, but his children do, and they have become extremely concerned for his safety.
That my church has been getting phone calls. People have called my church and cussed me out. My staff are afraid because I've received death threats over $20 and shut the door. People have come to our campus. They have come to my church to try to cause problems, issues, challenges. And again, my children, I don't look at comments. We was talking about this. I don't read comments. When you got millions of followers, you ain't got time to be reading all the comments. You just don't have it.
Right.
My children do. And they are afraid. And the reason being is because I'm their only parent. I'm a widower. They're afraid for my safety. So now we've had to update and increase security and all the things I've never had to do before because of the vitriol and the anger that people have shown, the things that they've said in my thread and stuff. And all of this is because of a misunderstanding. And I'm not blaming people. Let me be clear. I'm not blaming anybody because of their misunderstanding. I'm just saying in all you're getting, get an understanding. And if I'm sharing with you that the $40,000 that I was trying to raise, and again, I don't know if the organization got 40, 10, 20, any of it. I don't know. I'm hoping that I actually raised more money so that I can help the organization that has been such a great support to me. These people.
And again, let's be clear. Not a dime of that money.
Not a dime of that money came to me. Not a dime of it.
And where did your money come from?
I've been blessed. I've been extremely blessed. I've sold millions of records. Millions. I'm a song.
So Pastor Marvin Sap goes on to say that he's a songwriter. He also talks about how he's had billions of downloads and streams to his music, and that he pastored a church in Grand Rapids, Michigan for 16 years where he never took a salary, and that 9 of those 16 years he actually gave $30,000 a month to his church because they had a college campus. And then over time, the membership dwindled after his wife had passed away because he needed to get on the road to try to make money to take care of his children. And then he says when he left the church, he burned the mortgage and left them with 6 figures in the bank when he announced the new pastor. And then he took over a church down in Texas. So let me know your thoughts, you guys, about all of this. What are your thoughts about him apologizing for the tone that came off when he was telling the ushers to close the doors? And what are your thoughts about people allegedly calling, cursing him out, showing up to his church, and the fact that his children are concerned for his safety? Now, I always love to hear what you guys are thinking. Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thanks for watching. Now, before you head out, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update from what's happening.